Dial and Paulsboro. Our show begins here and will end here in the lobby of Historic Hill Studio on Broad Street. But Irma, we're going to step out with the camera and take a train ride.
Great, John. I know you'll enjoy it. We've always enjoyed train rides. About 10 years ago, I went across country on Amtrak, and it is wonderful. You see the backyards of America.
That's a good point, by the way. That had to be a good trip. We'd like to do that at some point. Schedule not permitting at the moment, nor finances. Stay with us. We're coming right back.
Multi-policy discount, paperless discount, paid in full discount, homeowners discount, safe driver discount, chipmunk family reunion, someone stole the nuts, squirrel jail, justice.
Countless discounts. Now that's progressive. Call or click today.
Thinking about a new appliance or an LCD TV? Don't think twice. Think Weiss. Weiss True Value has a full line of LCD TVs plus a great variety of appliances. And of course, hardware items like TrueTest paints, Master Mechanic tools, electrical supplies, key duplicating, and Rug Doctor rentals. And for repairs on screens and windows, look no further. Weiss True Value, from making keys to selling appliances and LCD TVs. Don't think twice. Think Weiss. 39 West Broad Street, Paulsboro.
For everything, there's a season, and a time for everything under heaven. A time for sharing, a time for caring, a time for remembering, and a time for parting. When that time arrives, let Beth McBride Foley and Thomas D. Foley at the McBride Foley Funeral Home help you in your time of need. Offering a wide variety of funeral services from cremation to traditional, McBride Foley Funeral Home has been helping families with the loss of a loved one with over 50 years of combined service. McBride Foley Funeral Home, 228 West Broad Street, Paulsboro.
Welcome back. The significant part of our program is a train ride excursion that began in Camden City, made its way through Woodbury, stopped in Paulsboro, and finished in Carneys Point. It was a demonstration of rail crossings and the safety associated with them, put together by Operation Safe Crossing, which is a program out of New Jersey's Department of Transportation and in coordination with Norfolk Southern, who operates this particular rail. We hope you enjoy the footage. There are 2 interviews and a little bit of insight and maybe a little bit of a different look of what it's like from the cab of the train locomotive, and give you a sense how critical it is to be smart and going across rail tracks. We hope you enjoy the footage, and we'll be back here in the lobby for the balance of the show. Welcome back. This segment's coming from inside this beautiful rail car. I'm with Todd Herd. He's with New Jersey's Department of Transportation, associated with rail safety, and this is part of their program, this tour today, as we get to watch from the nose of the locomotive what these intersections look like. Well, Todd, first of all, thank you for the hospitality. We called on short notice. Rail, trains, really important stuff.
Absolutely. We want to make sure everybody in the state of New Jersey is safe when they come up to a railroad grade crossing, and we want them to know that trespassing on railroad right-of-way is illegal. Railroad right-of-way is private property. So with this train today, we're trying to spread that educational message to everyone.
The view from the nose of the locomotive is sort of stunning as you go through these crossings, grade crossings as they're called, because, you know, a train can't stop like a car. So as a pedestrian, you watch a train go by, it seems to happen quickly, but there's a lot of moving parts here.
Absolutely. From this perspective, you realize that the train can't stop quickly. Loaded freight train takes a mile or more to stop, as your average car only takes 300 feet. So if you're on the tracks where you shouldn't be, there's a good chance there's going to be an incident if you don't clear those tracks.
New Jersey's a state that has had rail since there's been rail in this country. A lot of grade crossings don't necessarily have the red flashing lights or the semaphore gates, so it takes a different level of awareness.
Absolutely. If a crossing only has crossbucks, which is the railroad crossing sign, that is actually a yield sign, and the motorist is to yield to the train. Most people don't know that. They think that the train can stop, but the train can't stop, and it doesn't have to stop. In the state of New Jersey, the vehicle is required to yield to the train.
And through our recent experiences of understanding railroads a little bit better, the railroads are controlled by the federal government.
They're private companies, and they're governed by the Federal Railroad Administration. Yes, there's rules and regulations that they must abide by, as well as there's state law in regards to the grade crossings as to what they are to have at the crossings.
Well, on this operation, I'm looking at your shirt.
Operation Lifesaver.
Operation Lifesaver. So how do you reach this program out into the community? I mean, you've got 2 full cars here today, but they're elected officials and other folks.
Well, we're trying to bring the message to them so that they are aware, one, that we have this program. For 2012, we gave 271 presentations across the state to a little over 40,000 of the state's citizens, which is really a small amount. So we're trying to bring attention to Operation Lifesaver and to show and let people know that we have programs, free presentations to school children, to civic organizations, to police departments, emergency responders, just about any group that you can think of that wants to learn about railroad safety.
And Todd, how do they find you? Because there's a number of people watch the show, may want to invite a speaker in to either Kiwanis Exchange Club or something of that nature.
Yes, there's the National Operation Lifesaver website, oli.org, has all my information, but I am at the New Jersey Department of Transportation, 609-530-4944, and that is for Operation Lifesaver and any grade crossing situation that you feel may be unsafe. That is my job at the state, is to create as safe as possible grade crossings throughout the state.
Very good. We visited with Todd Herd with New Jersey Department of Transportation. Today's topic is rail crossing safety. Those of us who have lived in these parts for a long time sort of see this stuff blend into just the landscape, and we either think it's not real active or we think we know exactly when the train's coming. You got to be smart. These are big machines, and they can't stop quickly. So you got to participate in the safety. Stay with us. We're coming right back.
Oh yeah.
Life is a journey that we travel with a lot of uncertainty. When your family is faced with change and you're in need of understanding, direction, honesty, and professionalism, we at the Landolfi Funeral Home have a tradition of assisting you with all of your needs in any way that we can. We offer many affordable funeral services. Please feel free to call us with any questions you may have or visit us at www.landolfifuneralhome.com.
Rizzo Family Chiropractic Center in Gibbstown offers pain relief with a difference. Using specific chiropractic adjustments, Rizzo Family Chiropractic will get to the root of your problem quickly. Bring your headaches, neck, back, joint, or limb pain to Dr. Karen Rizzo. If you have recurring pain, chiropractic can help. Rizzo Family Chiropractic can relieve many sources of pain without extended treatment and ongoing therapy. Give your family the gift of caring professional pain relief with a difference. Rizzo Family Chiropractic.
Absolutely. If the crossing only has crossbucks, which is the railroad crossing sign, that is actually a yield sign.
Through our recent experience in understanding railroads, you got to be smart. Stay with us.
Never just had somebody go across in front of them. Ones with wire on, this is the bridge. Yeah.
And welcome back. We're with Bill Behringer now, who is with Norfolk Southern and responsible for grade crossing safety. We've got a sense of what it's like by looking through the nose of this locomotive as this train goes down the tracks. And this is a rather small train, of how critical these grade crossings are and how important it is for all of us as pedestrians to pay attention, because you can't stop these things pretty quickly. But Bill, thank you very much for the hospitality. Not only is this an important topic, but there's a lot of rail buffs. I mean, so we're in two beautiful passenger cars. Tell us about the train we're on.
Sure. Thank you for being with us today. We appreciate you being here to help spread the safety message. Today we have two coach cars, NS 28 and 29, formerly of the Powelltown Arrow fleet from Norfolk and Western, built in the late 40s as coach cars between Norfolk and going west. We take them today, we've refurbished them, brought them up to current standards, outfitted them, got rid of the crew quarters, and we now have coaches that we use for Operation Lifesaver trains, carry them all over the system.
I'll tell you, with this continuously welded rail, and I know we were traveling at a rather moderate speed, it was a smooth ride.
These cars are what we call the old heavyweight cars, and they really do provide a really solid ride for everybody. I kind of like these better than I do the lighter weight aluminum cars these days.
Really beautiful. Now, you've got locomotives on both ends of this. We have a lot of people watch the show are rail people. Railroads have been a big part of this landscape for a long time. What's pulling us? What's pushing us? How's this working?
We've got two locomotives because on this particular route we're going to basically an end of the line. We don't have any place to turn the train, so we're going to do what we call push-pull service. The lead locomotive is a NS locomotive, one of the 6 axles. We're going south. We'll stop at the end of the turn. The crew will get off, put it in a trailing mode. They'll swip to the head end of the crew and pull us back to Camden today. So,
and of course, a long time ago, there's some on this train that actually remember steam, and through the Depression, following the train to pick up the coal that had fallen off, so they could put it towards heating their homes. But that's long gone. These are diesel, and I notice the fuel tanks are pretty large size.
Yes, sir. 5,000 gallons usually. You mentioned coal. Norfolk Southern has a steam excursion program. Out in the vestibule today, I noticed we got some coal remnants on the cars, so a little bit of history here. Not only diesel today, but we've also got some little coal sitting in the vestibules from the steam locomotives we had here in the last couple of weeks pulling them.
From the railroading business, Norfolk Southern is now is a lot of other railroads and old fallen flag names, so to speak. It's a big operation.
It is. Norfolk Southern has a long heritage. Myself, I've got a long heritage. I started with Penn Central in 1974, so once you become part of the family, you're in the rail family forever. And this is former territory for me. I used to work out of Philadelphia for Conrail, so it's good to be back home in South Jersey. Lived in South Jersey, so.
We're interested in, a long time ago, predates me, but Pennsylvania Railroad Seashore Line, Reading Seashore Line, came through Paulsboro, came through Woodbury. My Uncle Walt, who played football for Woodbury High School, tells me that prior to the war, the Woodbury High School football team used to get on the train in Woodbury and head and play in Millville and Bridgeton.
It's part of the heritage. You look at the history of the railroads and Conrail and what made up into Norfolk Southern. Now Conrail Shared Assets Corporation and the Pennsylvania Seashore Lines was on this line. We still have a lot of people who have that formative heritage who work for that road still working for us today. So.
It's sort of back to the future. In government, we're spending a lot of money trying to understand how rail fits. Now there's this great clamor for rail again. Years ago they were ripping rail tracks up, and now we're trying to figure out how to put them back down.
It's a very exciting time. I've been doing this for 39 years, and most of my career I've seen railroads pull tracks up, as you said. Today we're building railroad, building capacity for the future, and it's an exciting time to be part of the rail industry and supporting this great nation of ours.
These locomotives, as I mentioned, will close out with this segment again for people that are into this sort of thing. What kind of horsepower? What are these machines capable of? Because these are big, but they're almost small.
Really, I'm not one of those people that knows all the mechanical stuff. I'm just the safety guy that goes out and works on grade cross safety and Operation Lifesaver.
So it's safe to say they're big and they're strong.
They're big and they're strong and very unyielding. The important thing about the horsepower there and the movement is that they can't stop. As a motorist, you have the ability to stop and yield to the train, and our motto is look, listen, and live, and always be aware of the trains and take that extra caution to yield to the train.
A very important message, by the way, and that was the theme of today's excursion. Of course, we got to travel on these rails and look at things from a different perspective that the engineer sees. But you can't stress enough the fact that you don't take for granted if you don't think you see a train. It doesn't mean a train isn't nearby, especially through southern New Jersey where we have a couple short lines that are active, and the frequency may not be as predictable as some of these mainline operations are. You got to be very careful about this. I think that sort of sums it up, doesn't it?
It's all about safety, and the community and being part of the community and safety of the trains and the highway travel public and pedestrians. Trespassers is one of the #1 fatalities in the rail industry today, people walking on the tracks. They really don't understand that railroad tracks are private property, and we see a lot of folks out there wearing the headphones and walking down the tracks and the tragic results that happen when they don't pay attention.
Scary stuff. We're going to come right back. We've enjoyed this ride, and we certainly appreciate the hospitality, our Department of Transportation people, the Norfolk Southern people. There's a good lesson here. We hope you've enjoyed looking at some of this footage as we've traveled the rails. We sort of, again, back to the future. We'll be right back.
Multi-policy discount, paperless discount, paid in full discount, homeowners discount, safe driver discount, chipmunk family reunion, someone stole the nuts, squirrel jail, justice.
Countless discounts. Now that's progressive. Call or click today.
Thinking about a new appliance or an LCD TV? Don't think twice, think Weiss. Weiss True Value has a full line of LCD TVs plus a great variety of appliances. And of course, hardware items like True Test paints, Master Mechanic tools, electrical supplies, key duplicating, and Rug Doctor rentals. And for repairs on screens and windows, look no further. Weiss True Value, from making keys to selling appliances and LCD TVs. Don't think twice, think Weiss. 39 West Broad Street, Paulsboro.
For everything, there's a season, and a time for everything under heaven. A time for sharing, a time for caring, a time for remembering, and a time for parting. When that time arrives, let Beth McBride Foley and Thomas D. Foley at the McBride Foley Funeral Home help you in your time of need. Offering a wide variety of funeral services from cremation to traditional, McBride Foley Funeral Home has been helping families with the loss of a loved one with over 50 years of combined service. McBride Foley Funeral Home, 228 West Broad Street, Paulsboro.
Welcome back. We're now at the lobby here at Hill Studio on Broad Street for interviews after our train ride, which was, I thought, just very informative, and we hope you enjoyed it as well. I thank Amy Cook for coming out with Fred and piecing together the footage. With me now is Marc Kamp. Marc Kamp heads up the Economic Development Office, and also which takes in community celebrations, and we've got a good-sized one coming up that people really look forward to. So, Marc, let's start at the obvious. It's almost 4th of July.
Yes, it is. And the parade will be on the 4th of July as usual. It starts, registration opens 9 o'clock at Paulsboro Plaza. Parade starts at 10. Should wrap up at the high school by 11:30 or so. We'll have our closing ceremonies, and by noon, everybody's welcome to go home to their picnics.
It's a good setup. I always mention at this time of year with regard to this parade. There is bleacher seating at the high school. There are restrooms open. It's very comfortable. And this year's parade, it's real small town stuff. So, Marc, over the last couple of years, we've been calling for more local entries.
Yes, we're trying to get more businesses and civic organizations involved. We've had an intensive mailing to try and get them to get involved. Also, we're looking for donations. Friends of the Fourth, which is something the Chamber of Commerce started years ago, now is transferred to the borough. Letters went out at the beginning of June, and we're about halfway towards our goal at this point. Contributions are coming in, but we can always use more. We tried to get 2 string bands with budget constraints. We've been asked to cut back to 1. If we can find another band and possibly come up with money for it, we definitely would like to have a second band.
I think the second band helps. The trailer bands are fun. The parade's a lot of fun. If you've got kids or grandchildren, you want to put them in the parade, decorate a bicycle, there's prizes for them. They're asked to wear a helmet. Parents can walk down the street with them. Those things really help make the parade.
Yeah. And our theme this year is God Bless America. That ties in with the Paulsboro Day theme, which is honoring our Paulsboro Ministerium. We want to get all the churches involved in Paulsboro Day, and as a tie-in, God Bless America just seems to work for 4th of July.
And this year's Grand Marshal?
Will be John D. Bersicelli, your father.
Yeah, he was really thrilled to be asked, and the family's very honored by that as well. I think he asked for an air-conditioned car.
Yes, he did, and I believe he volunteered to drive him.
I think I did too. He's going to be surprised he's going to be in a fire truck, but we'll figure out the air conditioning as we go. Mark, for those who, the formality of registration, it helps the parade because when Glenn puts the groups together as they go on the street, it's helpful. If you haven't been in a parade, how's the registration work?
Okay, registration forms are available either in my office or at Borough Hall. And I will try and get some at Weiss's. I usually have some there. Pick it up. We'd like the applications in by June 30th so we can put the parade together. But if you can't do that, we will take applications day of the parade.
And again, those registration forms are just help to organize things, but don't be held back by that. If your plans change and you can be in the parade, you want to decorate a bicycle, you have an antique car that you think people like to see, you have something that is of interest, the parade is welcome to all that because this is a small town parade. It's a community homecoming. Attendance has been growing over the years, and the closing ceremonies at the high school are short but very pleasant.
Yes, we'll have all the trophies we've had in the past. A couple of years ago, I tried a electric scooter category and didn't have any applications, so we dropped it. Last year we had some, and I think we'll keep it in this year and hope some of the people around town that go zipping around on their scooters will decorate them and have them in the parade.
I think it could be a lot of fun for all of you to take advantage of those electric mobiles, the electric chairs, not the kind that are in the prisons, the kind that move around town. Put some red, white, and blue on it. Tie a flag to it. Jump in the parade because you get to see your neighbors, they get to see you, and it's appreciated. So again, Mark, the details. If people have questions, where do they call?
They can call my office, 423-0673, and if there's any weather problem, there'll be a message at that number the day of the parade. If the weather's clear, it's definitely a go.
Very good. And if you can volunteer to help with the parade, call Mark as well. Always can use help with getting the parade on the street, helping corral the kids and judging the kids and the bicycles. But small town parades are successful when people get involved. So decorate something, get in the parade. And if you don't feel like being in the parade, come out and see the parade. There are great vantage spots along the parade route. Parking lots are scattered down Delaware Street, next to Hill Studio here. Plenty of parking at the high school. And again, there is bleacher seating there. You can watch the parade as it goes by. So plan to participate. Starts 10 o'clock from the Paulsboro Plaza.
John, I'd like to unveil our, each year for Paulsboro Day, we have a commemorative button. I'd like to unveil this year's button, which is honoring the Paulsboro Ministerium, and they will be available for sale at the parade.
It's the beginning of the fundraising for Paulsboro Day.
Yes, it is.
Plays a big part as well. Stay with us. We're going to come right back, and we do hope to see you on the 4th of July as Paulsboro celebrates America's Independence Day. We'll be right back.
Life is a journey that we travel with a lot of uncertainty. When your family is faced with change and you're in need of understanding, direction, honesty, and professionalism, we at the Landolfi Funeral Home have a tradition of assisting you with all of your needs in any way that we can. We offer many affordable funeral services. Please feel free to call us with any questions you may have or visit us at www.landolfifuneralhome.com.
Rizzo Family Chiropractic Center in Gibbstown offers pain relief with a difference. Using specific chiropractic adjustments, Rizzo Family Chiropractic will get to the root of your problem quickly. Bring your headaches, neck, back, joint, or limb pain to Dr. Karen Rizzo. If you have recurring pain, chiropractic can help. Rizzo Family Chiropractic can relieve many sources of pain without extended treatment and ongoing therapy. Give your family the gift of caring professional pain relief with a difference. Rizzo Family Chiropractic.
Welcome back, and now for the highlight of the show. I mean, we've had trains, and we're talking about 4th of July, but the program, we really do the show just so we can get to community notes because people enjoy it. Irma, time to catch up.
Happy birthdays to Rachel Madden, Tiffany O'Leary, Madison Lukic, Stacy Dombrowski-Gukowski, Alexis Millar, Michael Millar, Rich Costabayer, one of my favoriteest people, along with Frank Boucher from West Deptford, John, Alfonso Giampolo Sr., Judy Trexler, Ruth Sindoni, and Mary Chip Cipollini. Happy anniversaries to Eileen and Mark Stefanotz. Eileen is a solo, and I found her on Facebook again, and it's great on Facebook to renew old acquaintances.
Irma, you're becoming pretty good with this new technology stuff.
Yeah, there's things I have to do, and my grandkids got together and moved me into the 21st century with my little Dell laptop. Well, of course, Stephanie from Boston said, Mom, you have to behave, and it's pretty bad when you have to tell your grandmom to behave, but oh well. Happy anniversaries to Stacy and Johnny T. Gurkowski, and 65 years to Aunt Etta and Uncle Nolan Smith. Paulsboro senior citizens have their casino trips to the Taj Mahal the first Monday of every month, $20, and you receive back a minimum of $20 in slot money. They leave 12:30 p.m. from the senior citizens on Broad Street. Call Janet at 856-423-0832. The George D. Patton Post, 678, is having a Chinese auction on Saturday, June 29th at 6 o'clock. So here we go again, John. And the Paulsboro seniors are always ready to welcome new members. 55 years of age or older. Meetings are held at 28 East Broad Street, 1 p.m., second and fourth Tuesdays of the month. And on Wednesdays from 11 to 2, bring your lunch, and they play bingo. Call Earlene at 224-0180. And we have another second scheduling event on October 12th for shredding for the borough, 9 to 12, next to Borough Hall. And I'd like to announce our Paulsboro High School Annual Sports Hall of Fame Banquet will be on Friday, October 18th. That's homecoming weekend. We will be honoring this year Casper Tortella, Chuck O'Leary, Renee Oz-Policino, Tom Curl, Mike Mendenhall, and coach contributor is Steve Hunkler. And, of course, John, 4th of July parade, I'm ready. My costume is being made as we speak. September 7th is Paulsboro Day. And our friends at St. Michael's Club is reminding us their big celebration is August 15th, 16th, and 17th. And don't forget our celebrity basketball game. It's the celebrity players versus the Paulsboro alumni, 6:29, 5:30. Doors open at 4:45 at the Paulsboro High School gym. This is the Red Zone camp. Isaac Red's with his Red Zone camp. Russell Carter's coming back to play. Quincy Lee will be one of the coaches. Sean Collins will be another. Xavier Lundy. We have a lot of players, celebrity and our alumni.
That's going to be a lot of fun. And we appreciate their continued involvement in this community, and we look forward to Irma's 4th of July ensemble. Hopefully there's not too much cloth involved. She can brighten up the street as only she can do. And remind everybody to come out and participate, be in the parade. If you've got anything that can contribute, we need entries.
John, we do. Our churches, I know St. Paul's is always coming forth for their Vacation Bible School. Great way to advertise anything you have going on in your clubs. And we look forward. It's a hometown parade. Only lasts till about noontime, and we have lots of fun.
And we do. Post-parade stuff's pretty interesting, too. We're going to close out the show with a little more riding on the rails footage. That's if there's time. Fred's a wizard when it comes to this sort of thing. And we thank him and Amy again for coming out for the train excursion. And I think that's going to do it. Irma?
See you on Broad Street and see you on the 4th of July parade.
For Bill Crane, our producer, who couldn't be with us. For Amy Cook, for Fred behind the camera. Till next time.